The gaming world experienced seismic excitement when alleged GTA 6 map leaks surfaced online, revealing what appears to be Rockstar Games' most ambitious open-world environment to date. The leaks suggest a return to Vice City, the beloved fictional counterpart to Miami, Florida, but with unprecedented scale and detail that dwarfs previous Grand Theft Auto installations. These revelations came primarily through a massive September 2022 hack, where over 90 gameplay videos and development materials were illegally obtained and distributed across the internet, though Rockstar has since confirmed the game's authenticity while remaining tight-lipped about specific details. The leaked map data indicates a sprawling landscape that encompasses not just Vice City itself, but also surrounding regions inspired by the Florida Keys, Everglades-like wetlands, and multiple barrier islands that create a diverse and interconnected gaming environment. The scale of the leaked map has left fans and analysts stunned, with preliminary estimations suggesting the playable area could be approximately 1.5 to 2 times larger than Red Dead Redemption 2's already massive map, making it potentially the largest environment Rockstar has ever created for a single game. What makes this particularly impressive is the density of the environment, with the leaks showing highly detailed urban areas, suburban neighborhoods, rural farmlands, and natural wilderness all seamlessly integrated into a cohesive world that feels alive and authentic. The map appears to be designed with both vertical and horizontal exploration in mind, featuring multi-story buildings with explorable interiors, underground tunnel systems, elevated highways, and even underwater areas that players can dive into and explore. This three-dimensional approach to world building represents a significant evolution from previous GTA titles, where much of the gameplay occurred on a relatively flat plane, with limited vertical exploration opportunities. Perhaps most intriguing about the leaked map is its apparent focus on geographical diversity and environmental storytelling, with different regions of the map exhibiting distinct architectural styles, vegetation patterns, weather systems, and cultural identities that reflect the real-world diversity of South Florida. The urban core of Vice City gleams with neon-lit Art Deco buildings and modern skyscrapers, while the surrounding areas transition into sun-bleached beach communities, working-class industrial zones, and eventually into wild, untamed natural environments where civilization gives way to nature. This attention to regional authenticity and environmental variation suggests Rockstar is aiming to create not just a large map, but a believable one that feels like a living, breathing location rather than a video game playground. The leaked materials also hint at dynamic systems that will affect how the map evolves and changes over time, potentially including destructible environments, weather-based transformations, and even the possibility of map expansions through future DLC content that could add new islands or regions to explore. The heart of the GTA 6 map is undoubtedly Vice City itself, reimagined for a modern era with stunning attention to architectural detail and urban planning that reflects contemporary Miami's eclectic blend of historical preservation and aggressive modernization. The leaked footage reveals a downtown area, densely packed with skyscrapers that create dramatic urban canyons, their glass facades reflecting the tropical sun and neon lights in ways that showcase Rockstar's significantly upgraded graphics engine. The streets below pulse with life, featuring multiple lanes of traffic, sidewalk cafes, street vendors, pedestrians engaged in various activities, and a level of crowd density that suggests next-generation hardware capabilities are being fully utilized. What's particularly striking is the variety of architectural styles represented, from preserved Art Deco buildings that harken back to Miami's 1930s heyday, to ultra-modern glass towers that represent the city's 21st century wealth and ambition, creating a visual timeline of urban development that adds historical depth to the environment. The leaked map data suggests Vice City has been divided into multiple distinct districts, each with its own character, demographics, and gameplay opportunities that cater to different play styles and mission types. The downtown financial district appears to be home to high-rise offices, luxury hotels, and upscale shopping areas, where the city's elite conduct business and display their wealth, creating opportunities for heist missions, corporate espionage, and interactions with the criminal underworld's more sophisticated elements. Moving outward, the leaks show what appears to be a vibrant arts district reminiscent of Miami's Wynwood neighborhood, featuring colorful street murals, converted warehouses now serving as galleries and clubs, and a bohemian atmosphere that contrasts sharply with the polished corporate downtown. Perhaps most exciting for longtime GTA fans is the apparent return of Ocean Beach and Vice Beach, the iconic coastal neighborhoods that served as the heart of the original Vice City. Now reimagined with contemporary resort hotels, beachfront mansions, and a bustling boardwalk that seems designed to. The urban core also appears to include several culturally specific neighborhoods that reflect Miami's diverse population, including what seems to be a Little Havana-inspired district with Latin American cultural markers, restaurants, cigar shops, and community gathering spaces that tell the story of Cuban-American immigration and influence. There's also evidence of areas inspired by Miami's Haitian community, Creole influences, and the city's significant Brazilian population, suggesting Rockstar is taking cultural representation seriously and using environmental storytelling to create a more authentic and diverse urban landscape. The leaked materials show these neighborhoods aren't just cosmetic variations, but appear to have distinct criminal organizations, gang territories, and local economies that will likely factor into the game's narrative and mission structure. The attention to cultural detail extends to signage, graffiti, architecture, vehicle types, pedestrian clothing, and even the language you might hear on the streets, creating a sense that you're exploring a real multicultural city rather than a generic urban environment with superficial variations. The leaked map reveals extensive port and industrial areas that appear to be significantly more detailed and functional than similar zones in previous GTA games, suggesting these areas will play major roles in the game's criminal economy and mission structure. The main port facility appears massive, with multiple cargo terminals, container yards stretching hundreds of virtual meters, massive crane systems for loading and unloading ships, and warehouse complexes where illegal goods could be stored, processed, or distributed. The leaked footage shows these areas aren't just static environments, but feature working machinery, moving cargo, security systems, and what appear to be NPC workers going about their routines, creating a living industrial ecosystem that players can observe, infiltrate, or exploit for criminal purposes. The scale of the port suggests maritime smuggling, cargo heists, and shipping container-based missions will be significant gameplay elements, potentially allowing players to import illegal goods, steal valuable cargo, or use the port as a distribution hub for their criminal enterprises. Adjacent to the main port, the leaks show what appears to be an industrial district with manufacturing facilities, power plants, waste processing centers, and blue-collar neighborhoods where workers live in more modest circumstances than their downtown counterparts. This industrial zone seems designed to contrast sharply with Vice City's glamorous tourist areas and wealthy enclaves, showing the working-class infrastructure that keeps a major city functioning while remaining largely invisible to the affluent. The leaked materials suggest these areas might feature labor-related storylines, union conflicts, environmental crimes, and the kind of gritty, unglamorous criminal activity that occurs away from the neon lights and palm trees of the more photogenic parts of Vice City. There's also evidence of a separate industrial port area that might specialize in fishing and seafood processing, connecting to the game's apparent emphasis on coastal and maritime activities, with commercial fishing boats, seafood markets, and waterfront industries that reflect Florida's significant maritime economy. The industrial areas also appear to include rail yards, trucking depots, and logistics centers that suggest a sophisticated transportation network connecting different parts of the map, potentially offering players multiple methods for moving goods, vehicles, or themselves across the environment. The leaked footage shows what appear to be freight trains moving through industrial corridors, semi-trucks loading and unloading at distribution centers, and infrastructure that suggests Rockstar is paying attention to how modern cities actually function, rather than just creating a playground for chaos. These functional industrial areas could provide realistic cover for criminal operations, with players potentially using legitimate businesses as fronts, hijacking shipments in transit, or infiltrating secure facilities to steal valuable goods. The attention to industrial detail also suggests environmental storytelling opportunities: illegal immigrant workers, underground fighting rings, chop shops, and other elements of society that operate in the shadows of the city's more visible prosperity. The leaked map data reveals extensive suburban areas surrounding Vice City's urban core, featuring the kind of residential sprawl that characterizes South Florida's development patterns, with planned communities, gated enclaves, strip malls, and car-dependent neighborhoods that stretch for miles. These suburban zones appear remarkably detailed, with individual houses featuring distinct architectural styles, landscaping variations, driveways with parked cars, backyard pools, and the kind of lived-in details that make environments feel authentic rather than procedurally generated. The leaks suggest multiple types of suburban neighborhoods reflecting different economic classes, from modest middle-class subdivisions with ranch-style homes and two-car garages, to upscale planned communities with Mediterranean revival mansions, private golf courses, and HOA-enforced aesthetic uniformity. This economic stratification within the suburbs creates opportunities for diverse mission types, from home invasions and burglaries in wealthy neighborhoods, to more relatable stories in middle-class areas where characters struggle with mortgages, family obligations, and the precarious nature of the American dream. What makes these suburban areas particularly interesting is the apparent attention to the mundane details of suburban life, with shopping centers, chain restaurants, gas stations, schools, parks, and community centers that reflect how people actually live in sprawling metropolitan areas. The leaked footage shows pedestrians walking dogs, kids playing in yards, cars pulling in and out of driveways, and joggers on sidewalks, creating a sense of normalcy that makes moments of chaos and violence more impactful by contrast. These aren't just transitional spaces between missions, but appear to be fully realized environments where emergent gameplay can occur, where players might encounter random events, overhear conversations, or discover side activities that aren't part of the main narrative. The suburban sprawl also appears to include declining neighborhoods, where foreclosed homes, unkempt yards, and general decay tell stories of economic hardship and suburban decline, potentially offering more somber storytelling opportunities alongside the franchise's trademark satirical humor. The residential areas also extend to what appear to be trailer parks, mobile home communities, and more transient living situations that reflect Florida's diverse housing landscape, where not everyone lives in either urban apartments or suburban houses. These areas seem designed to add textural variety to the environment, while also serving potential narrative purposes, housing characters from lower economic strata, transient populations, retirees on fixed incomes, and others who exist on society's margins. The leaked material suggests these communities might have their own social dynamics, local businesses, and criminal elements operating at a smaller scale than the organized crime syndicates in urban areas. There's also evidence of waterfront residential areas where houses are built on canals with boat docks, reflecting Florida's distinctive water-oriented lifestyle, where many homes have direct access to inland waterways that connect to the ocean, creating unique opportunities for boat-based gameplay and aquatic escapes from pursuing law enforcement. The leaked map shows extensive beach communities running along Vice City's coastline, recreating the iconic Florida Barrier Island lifestyle with stunning visual fidelity and environmental detail. These coastal areas appear to range from crowded public beaches with lifeguard stands, volleyball courts, and throngs of sunbathers and swimmers, to more exclusive private beach clubs where wealthy residents relax behind gates and security. The leaked footage reveals impressive water simulation technology, with waves crashing realistically on shore, tidal effects that appear to change water levels, and underwater environments with coral reefs, marine life, and what might be explorable shipwrecks. The beaches themselves seem designed as major social hubs within the game, with beach bars, rental shops for water sports equipment, street performers, vendors selling food and souvenirs, and crowds of NPCs engaging in beach activities, creating lively, dynamic spaces that change depending on time of day and weather conditions. The coastal development extends beyond just beaches to include extensive marina districts with boat slips, yacht clubs, waterfront restaurants, and luxury condominiums with ocean views, reflecting Miami's status as a major boating and yachting destination. The leaked materials show what appear to be dozens of different boat types, from small personal watercraft and fishing boats to luxury yachts and commercial vessels, suggesting maritime travel and activities will be significant gameplay elements. These marina areas seem designed to cater to Vice City's wealthy population, with exclusive restaurants, high-end shops, and private clubs where the city's elite socialize and conduct business, creating opportunities for players to either infiltrate these spaces for heist missions or simply observe the lifestyle of the rich and famous. The waterfront development also appears to include more working-class fishing communities, with commercial docks. Perhaps most exciting for exploration enthusiasts, the leaked map shows what appears to be a lengthy coastal highway running along the ocean, reminiscent of Florida's famous overseas highway that connects the Florida Keys, offering spectacular views and creating an iconic roadway perfect for high-speed chases, scenic drives, and cinematic moments. This coastal route seems to connect Vice City proper to outlying islands and communities, with bridges spanning across water, causeways cutting through wetlands, and dramatic coastal vistas that showcase Rockstar's environmental artists' capabilities. The leaked footage suggests this highway will be a memorable location within the game, potentially featuring in key story missions, providing a natural route for players moving between different regions of the map, and offering one of those signature GTA experiences where you can steal a fast car and just drive, enjoying the scenery and music while immersing yourself in the game world. The coastal highway also appears to pass through different climate zones and environmental types, from urban waterfronts to rural coastal areas, providing visual variety during long drives. One of the most exciting revelations from the map leaks is an extensive chain of islands clearly inspired by the Florida Keys, stretching south from the mainland and connected by bridges and causeways in a way that mirrors the real overseas highway experience. These islands appear to decrease in size and development as you move further from the mainland, starting with larger, more developed islands featuring tourist amenities, resort hotels, and significant populations, and gradually transitioning to smaller, more isolated islands with sparse development and wilder, more natural environments. The leaked footage suggests each major island in the chain has its own distinct character and attractions, with some focusing on tourism and entertainment, others on fishing and maritime industries, and still others serving as relatively undeveloped natural preserves or private enclaves for the wealthy seeking isolation. This island-hopping gameplay seems designed to provide a very different experience from urban Vice City, offering players a tropical paradise playground where the pace is slower, the atmosphere more relaxed, and criminal opportunities take different forms. The northernmost and largest islands in the chain appear to be the most developed, with what looks like a Key Largo-inspired location, featuring large resort complexes, dive shops catering to tourists visiting coral reefs, restaurants specializing in fresh seafood, and marina facilities supporting recreational boating. The leaked materials show these tourist-oriented islands have significant infrastructure, with airports for small planes, ferry terminals, and well-maintained roads connecting various attractions and communities. As you move further down the island chain, development becomes sparser and more quirky, with smaller communities that appear to have a more bohemian, laid-back character, featuring colorful painted buildings, local bars with Caribbean influences, art galleries, and the kind of eccentric businesses that thrive in isolated island communities. There's evidence of islands specializing in different activities, with one appearing to focus on sport fishing with charter boat operations, another showing signs of being a party destination with beach clubs and nightlife, and yet another appearing relatively undeveloped and potentially serving as a nature preserve or private retreat. The leaked map suggests the Keys-inspired region will offer unique gameplay opportunities that leverage its geography and isolation, potentially including smuggling operations using the numerous small islands and hidden coves, treasure hunting and diving missions exploring underwater environments, and perhaps even territorial control mechanics, where players can establish operations on different islands. The small, interconnected nature of the island chain creates natural bottlenecks and choke points where law enforcement can block escape routes by controlling bridges, making high-stakes missions in the Keys more challenging and requiring players to think creatively about entry and escape strategies. There's also evidence of what appear to be private islands owned by wealthy individuals or organizations, which could serve as exclusive locations for high-level missions, strongholds for powerful NPCs, or potential properties that players might acquire later in the game. The Keys region also appears to have its own ecosystem of local characters, businesses, and criminal elements operating independently from mainland Vice City, with smugglers, corrupt local officials, drug runners using the isolated geography to their advantage, and perhaps environmental conflicts between developers and preservationists. The leaked map reveals extensive wetland areas inspired by Florida's Everglades, representing a significant portion of the playable environment and showcasing Rockstar's commitment to environmental diversity and realism. These wetland regions appear vast, featuring shallow water bodies, sawgrass prairies, mangrove swamps, tree islands called hammocks, and the distinctive flat, water-dominated landscape that characterizes the real Everglades ecosystem. The leaked footage shows impressive environmental simulation with dynamic water systems, vegetation that sways realistically in the wind, wildlife including alligators, wading birds, fish, and other native species, and weather effects that can transform these areas with fog, rain, or dramatic storms that reduce visibility and change gameplay conditions. These aren't just empty wilderness areas, but appear to be carefully designed spaces that balance natural beauty with gameplay opportunities, providing cover for those fleeing law enforcement, locations for hidden camps or illegal operations, and environmental challenges that test players' navigation and survival skills. The wetland areas appear to include several distinct subregions with different characteristics, from relatively accessible areas near civilization with boardwalk trails, airboat tour operations, and ranger stations, to deeper wilderness zones that are truly isolated and dangerous, where getting lost or encountering hostile wildlife becomes a real concern. The leaked materials suggest players will be able to use airboats to navigate the shallow waters and sawgrass, providing a unique vehicle type specifically designed for this environment and creating distinctive chase sequences very different from urban car pursuits. There's also evidence of raised roadways cutting through wetlands, similar to the Tamiami Trail, which could serve as linear routes through otherwise impenetrable wilderness, creating scenic drives and potential ambush locations where criminals or law enforcement could trap vehicles with nowhere to maneuver off the elevated roadway. The wetlands also appear to house various human activities and structures, including hunting and fishing camps, illegal grow operations hidden in remote areas, abandoned structures slowly being reclaimed by nature, Native American settlements or reservations reflecting the Seminole and Miccosukee presence in the real Everglades, and potentially secret facilities or compounds where groups conducting illegal activities seek isolation from authorities. The leaked footage shows what might be environmental storytelling opportunities, with these marginal spaces housing people who've rejected or been rejected by mainstream society, creating opportunities for unique characters and missions that explore themes of isolation, survival, and living off the grid. The wetlands might also feature environmental challenges like getting stuck in mud, encounters with aggressive wildlife, navigation difficulties in areas where everything looks the same, and the physical danger of falling into water bodies inhabited by alligators. These natural hazards would add survival elements to the gameplay when players venture into deep wilderness, making these areas feel genuinely dangerous rather than just empty spaces between more interesting locations. Perhaps the most intriguing aspects of the leaked map are hints at hidden areas and secret locations that won't be immediately obvious to players, maintaining GTA's tradition of rewarding thorough exploration with discoveries that go beyond the main narrative. The leaked materials suggest several types of secret locations, including hidden underground facilities that might be accessed through inconspicuous entrances, abandoned structures with explorable interiors containing loot or story clues, secret laboratories or testing facilities tucked away in remote areas, and perhaps even paranormal or conspiracy-themed locations that add mystery and humor to the environment. There's evidence of what appears to be an extensive underground tunnel system beneath Vice City, potentially including subway tunnels, storm drains, maintenance passages, and secret passages connecting various buildings or serving as smuggling routes for criminal organizations. These underground areas would add a significant vertical dimension to the map, creating hidden travel routes, locations for secret bases or operations, and atmospheric environments for missions requiring stealth or claustrophobic tension. Leaks suggest the possibility of player actions having lasting effects on the environment, potentially including destructible buildings or infrastructure that remains damaged after intense missions or rampages, gang territories that change hands and show visual markers of which organization controls them, and businesses that can be purchased and then customized or upgraded by players. This level of environmental persistence would make the world feel more reactive to player choices and actions rather than constantly resetting to a default state, increasing immersion and giving players a sense that their criminal empire has tangible effects on the city around them. There might also be day-night cycles and seasonal changes that affect both the visual appearance of areas and the activities available there, with certain businesses, events, or criminal opportunities only accessible at specific times, encouraging players to experience locations in different contexts rather than just visiting once. The dynamic elements might also include areas that are initially inaccessible and are unlocked as the story progresses, whether through narrative justification like police blockades being removed after certain missions, or simply through gradual map unlocking, as in previous GTA titles. This could create a sense of progression and growth as players gain access to new islands, districts, or hidden areas, rewarding story advancement with expanded exploration opportunities. There's also speculation about potential future DLC expansions that could add entirely new areas to the map, potentially including additional islands in the Keys chain, expansion of the Everglades region, new districts within Vice City itself, or even entirely new locations accessible via airports, creating an evolving map that continues to grow long after the game's initial release. The leaked materials suggest Rockstar is thinking long-term about the map's potential, designing systems and infrastructure that could support years of updates, additions, and modifications that keep players engaged and give them reasons to continue exploring their criminal empire. The leaked map reveals an extensive and sophisticated transportation network designed to move players efficiently across the diverse environment while maintaining immersion and realism. The road network appears incredibly detailed, featuring multi-lane highways connecting major urban areas, scenic coastal routes following the shoreline, rural highways cutting through agricultural regions, local roads serving neighborhoods and communities, and even unpaved tracks penetrating deep into wilderness areas where few people venture. The leaked footage shows highway interchanges of impressive complexity, with multiple levels of overpasses and underpasses, realistic traffic flow patterns with vehicles changing lanes and reacting to player actions, and road signage that appears functional for navigation purposes, helping players orient themselves and choose routes just as they would in reality. This attention to infrastructure details suggests Rockstar is creating a map where travel itself is part of the gameplay experience, rather than just time between missions. The transportation network extends beyond roads to include what appears to be a public transit system within Vice City itself, potentially including bus routes connecting different districts, a metro or light rail system for rapid transit across the urban core, and perhaps ferry services connecting waterfront areas or linking the mainland to nearby islands. These public transportation options would add realism and provide alternate methods of travel when players don't want to drive or need to lay low after committing crimes, potentially allowing for interesting mission designs where players must tail suspects on public transit or escape pursuing enemies by jumping between buses or trains. The leaked materials also show extensive waterway networks with marked boat channels, navigation buoys, and designated marina areas, suggesting maritime travel will be a fully developed transportation option with its own infrastructure, rules, and gameplay opportunities distinct from land-based travel. The map also appears to include several airports and airfields of varying sizes, from major international airports handling commercial jetliners to small regional airports serving private planes and recreational aircraft, and potentially even seaplane bases, taking advantage of Florida's extensive water bodies. These aviation facilities would enable fast travel across the large map, provide opportunities for aircraft-based missions, and potentially serve as locations for smuggling operations using private planes to move contraband beyond the reach of road-based law enforcement. The leaked footage suggests a variety of aircraft types from helicopters and small propeller planes to larger jets, creating a hierarchy of aviation options with different capabilities, speeds, and access requirements. The transportation infrastructure also appears designed to create natural gameplay scenarios, with traffic jams that can be exploited or hinder escapes, accidents that block routes and force improvisation, construction zones that alter normal traffic patterns, and weather conditions that affect different transportation methods in realistic ways, making movement across the map more dynamic and less predictable than simply driving point to point on empty roads. The comprehensive map leaks for GTA 6 paint a picture of Rockstar's most ambitious and diverse open world to date, featuring an unprecedented combination of scale, density, and environmental variety that pushes the boundaries of what's possible in video game world design. The return to Vice City comes with a complete reimagining that captures the essence of South Florida's unique geography, culture, and atmosphere, while expanding far beyond the original game scope to include extensive suburban sprawl, rural agricultural areas, wild wetlands, island chains, and countless hidden locations waiting to be discovered. The attention to detail evident in the leaked materials, from accurate architectural styles and cultural representation to sophisticated infrastructure and dynamic environmental systems, suggests Rockstar is aiming to create not just a game map, but a believable, living world that feels authentic and alive. This level of environmental ambition has significant implications for gameplay, storytelling, and player engagement. The diverse geography creates opportunities for mission variety that wasn't possible in more homogeneous environments, with urban heists in Vice City's downtown requiring different tactics than drug runs through the Everglades or maritime smuggling operations among the Keys Islands. The environmental variety also suggests the game might feature multiple distinct criminal activities suited to different regions, with organized crime syndicates controlling urban territories, smuggling operations using coastal geography, rural drug manufacturing hidden in remote farmland, and perhaps environmental crimes in wilderness areas, creating a criminal ecosystem as diverse as the landscape itself. The sheer size of the map raises questions about fast travel implementation, with such a large environment potentially requiring some mechanic to move quickly between distant locations, though Rockstar may also want players to experience the journey across their carefully crafted landscape rather than constantly teleporting between mission markers. The leaked map also suggests significant implications for multiplayer, assuming GTA 6 will include an online component similar to GTA Online, with such a diverse and expansive environment providing endless opportunities for player activities, events, and emergent gameplay. Different regions could cater to different player preferences and playstyles, with urban areas supporting competitive PvP activities, wilderness areas offering PvE cooperative missions, and everywhere in between providing locations for custom jobs, races, and community-created content. The map's design, with multiple distinct regions and natural boundaries, could facilitate server organization, special events in specific locations, and perhaps even the ability to instance certain areas for private sessions or special game modes. Ultimately, the GTA 6 map leaks have generated tremendous excitement, precisely because they suggest Rockstar is creating a world worthy of the multi-year wait between titles, an environment so rich, detailed, and vast that players will spend years exploring, mastering, and making their own stories within its boundaries, ensuring GTA 6's world becomes as iconic and memorable as its predecessors, while pushing the franchise forward into a new generation of open-world gaming.